beat his ass.
You can't do wait.
For real. I better be quiet.
I don't give a f***. Y'all was quiet. Y'all, if y'all was loud,
we got the whole hood over there.
Like, twisted up. I don't give a f*** about none of that.
Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach scheduled to have a rematch sometime this summer, maybe early fall. All indications based on the announcements that we have is that the fight is more than likely going to happen in August, right?
And Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont too.
The rematch is officially on. Gervonta, Tank Davis and Lamont Roach are set to face off again, and things are already heating up. In a recent interview, both fighters didn't hold back. Emotions were running high, with Davis sounding confident and Roach making it clear he's coming in ready to fight. Fans are buzzing with excitement, especially since this rematch promises to be very different from their first encounter. There's been a lot of talk about when the fight will actually happen. Many are hoping for an August date, but there's concern it might get pushed to October, which would be a letdown for eager fans. Today an official announcement would finally clear up all the rumors and put the speculation to rest.
Match in July, you would think, makes the most sense that Tank and Roach are fighting in August. Unless they talking about pushing the shit all the way back to October, which would be a fucking tragedy. So, we hoping for August, because that's the one that's probably gonna make the most sense. Hopefully we'll get an announcement soon on that so we can stop speculating. Now, with that being said, the Tank Davis-Lamont Roach rematch, it will be nothing like the first fight. And I'm tired of people telling me that, oh, Tank can't do nothing different. Lamont Roach just got his number. He fought the same that he always fight. Really. History shows us that that's never the case. As a matter of fact, we got Anthony Yarde and Lyndon Arthur just fought. I'll go to recent history.
This rematch between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach is shaping up to be a completely different fight from their first meeting. Some believe Tank can't adjust or that Roach has figured him out, but that's just not the case. History shows that great fighters evolve, and Tank, being one of the top pound-for-pound talents in boxing, is expected to come in with a smarter game plan. Roach is no slouch either. He's a sharp, skilled fighter, and this rematch is likely to bring out the best in both of them. Anyone expecting a repeat of the first fight might be in for a surprise. Boxing is unpredictable, and things can change in an instant, especially when two elite fighters are involved. This bout promises to be a fresh and thrilling showdown. Meanwhile, former world champion Lamont Peterson weighed in on Tank Davis's punching power. While he acknowledged that Tank hits hard, Peterson said he's faced stronger punchers in his career. Specifically, he pointed to Jonathan Owendo as the hardest hitter he's ever encountered. According to Peterson, Tank's punches carry real force, but Owendo's shots had a different level of impact, something he hasn't forgotten. Peterson's comments give fans a unique look into the kind of power top fighters deal with, and remind us that even someone with Tank's knockout reputation isn't necessarily the hardest hitter in the game.
He fight how he always fight. He looked how he always looked in every single fight. Sadly mistaken. This idea that, oh, Lamont Roach he just got Tank number, he gonna fight like that again in the second fight. He could do this, he could do that, bro. Y'all are sadly mistaken if you think the second fight is gonna play out anything like the first fight, bro. Anything is not gonna go that way. Specifically when you fighting at the high level, bro. The highs are high levels. When you got a pound for pound talent in there like Tank Davis, a really great talented fighter that's skilled, that got everything that you could have, and you got somebody like Lamont Roach who's a very good fighter himself. Shit ain't gonna go down like that, because the fight game, bro.
Shakur Stevenson has publicly called for a rematch with Lamont Peterson, and he's made it clear he's confident he can win. Shakur pointed to past sparring sessions with Lamont as a key advantage. He says those rounds gave him a solid understanding of Lamont's fighting style, strengths, and weaknesses. Armed with that experience, Shakur believes he's now better prepared to outbox Lamont and come away with the win. While he respects Lamont's skill and experience, Shakur feels his insight from those earlier sessions gives him the upper hand. He's determined to show just how much he's grown as a fighter and prove that he has what it takes to come out on top in a second showdown.
What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter. He helped me get ready for the Oscar Valdez fight. And I knew his style, with Tank's style, what he was going to be able to bring to the table. I knew it. So.
Did you really win 20 rounds?
I swear to God, on my daughter's life, I won. that much money.
How different does a rematch look in your opinion, Shakur? What adjustments do you think we see from both?
Huh?
What adjustments do we see from both in a rematch?
I think I can't tell you game plans. I could be fighting these guys, so I'm gonna keep my secrets to myself. But truthfully, they both good fighters.
Do you think it's a lot different rematch, or do you think it'll be close again?
It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
How did you see Tank in that fight? A lot of people are saying maybe he's just mentally not there. What did you see?
Nah, he was the same Tank. I don't believe that. I don't got no thought in my brain that makes me think that he wasn't the person he been all of these other fights. I think he was the same person. All this stuff that he going through stuff. I mean, everybody go through stuff. So he's the same fighter. He's going to be the same fighter throughout his career. So.
Shakur Stevenson's recent comments show just how determined he is to face Lamont Roach again. He's ready for the challenge and wants to silence any doubts about his ability to compete at the highest level. His call for a rematch has caught the attention of boxing fans, many of whom are eager to see if Shakur can back up his words. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach's stock has risen sharply since his surprising draw with Gervonta Tank Davis, a result no one had managed before. Before that fight, Roach wasn't a household name. But going toe-to-toe with Tank changed everything. The draw earned him serious respect from fans and analysts alike, proving that he belongs among boxing's elite. For Tank, the rematch comes with added pressure. He knows now that Roach is no easy opponent. The first fight showed that Roach has the skills to challenge him, and this time, Tank won't be taking him lightly. He's focused, hungry, and determined to show that he's learned from the past, and ready to reassert his dominance in the ring. As for Roach, he's confirmed the rematch is happening, and he's coming in more motivated than ever. He believes he was denied a fair decision in their first meeting and is set on proving himself this time. Roach says he's grown from that fight, and he's aiming to make a bold statement in the ring, one that could finally put any doubts to rest.
I don't know, might be there a little longer.
Well, what we did see, is it going to be a rematch, or y'all still working on it, or what's the plan?
It's going to be a rematch.
But it's not
9 times out of 10,
sealed to deliver.
Yeah, it's on the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm signed the seal.
Okay.
So we waiting on the other half. That's all.
Okay, cool.
I like when people say that my part is done.
Yeah, I did. I did what I had to do.
Lamont Roach is deep into training for his rematch with Gervonta Tank Davis, and this time, he's leaving nothing to chance. His camp is focused on fixing the mistakes he made the first time around, sharpening his technique, tightening his strategy, and getting himself fully ready for a stronger showing. Roach has moved up in weight for this fight, but he's not concerned. He remains confident in his ability to stand up to Tank's well-known punching power. Roach has spent time studying Davis's weaknesses and believes he now knows exactly where to strike. He isn't fazed by Tank's reputation or his knockout record. Instead, he sees this as the perfect opportunity to show how much he's grown as a fighter. With renewed focus and self-belief, Roach is convinced he can flip the script and walk away with the win he felt was taken from him the first time. The buzz around the rematch is real. Fans are eager to see whether Roach can finally get the victory, and the credit he believes he earned. In their first fight, Roach exposed something deeper about Davis's career approach. For years, Tank has been criticized for choosing opponents that played to his strengths, often avoiding riskier matchups. That strategy helped him stay undefeated, but Roach changed the narrative. He came into the ring well prepared, calm, and determined. He didn't fall for Tank's usual tactics and wasn't rattled by his reputation. Instead, Roach stuck to a smart, disciplined game plan that pushed Davis out of his comfort zone. That fight showed the world that Tank's usual formula doesn't always work, especially against a fighter who's skilled, focused, and not afraid to challenge him. Roach proved that with the right preparation, even the most dominant fighters can be pushed to their limits.
That fight with Tank and Lamont Roach shows y'all how protected Tank has been for the past several years. And the people saying, oh, Tank know Lamont and he been respected Lamont because they fought in the amateurs. Man, he was cherry picking Lamont, and really thought he was gonna get that win. But Lamont wasn't coming to play around. He stood his ground and fought back. And to be honest, he won the fight. The rematch is going to be a knockout.